One of my favorite movies was Coming to America, starring Eddie Murphy. It was a movie about a guy who was born in a different country, and he came to America to find a wife because in his country, you were forced to marry a certain person. And he wanted the freedom to choose his own spouse. And he was rich, he was a prince. I've dated a girl who grew up in a poor country, and she was put into an arranged marriage to get to America. So I say all that to say that today, when I was driving, I heard on the radio that immigrants had washed up on the South Florida beaches in Jupiter Island, Florida. Jupiter Island, Florida is a rich, nice area in Southeast Florida. I believe Celine Dion, I don't know if Tiger Woods, a couple people have great mansions on that island. And a boat washed up with about 20 people looking to get to America. And that in itself says a lot. When you jump in a boat, and not the best boat, and you hit the open sea in desperate hopes to get to America, to get to a better place, it shows that, look, we're fortunate. Okay, we are fortunate. And that speaks for itself in a lot of things. D, welcome to the live chat access. Welcome back. I hope you're doing well. I'm praying for you with your rehab and your recovery and everything that's going on. Love to you. And thank you again for joining. Love to you. Andre, great to see you, brother. Welcome back to yes. Mary Taze, I hope you walked your dog today. Great to see you. You know, my grandparents came in the shores of Jersey City. That's where Ellis Island is, from Italy. My grandfather was a janitor. And, he basically worked lower middle class. And then my father became an electrician and I got into IT. So when you migrate to America, usually the first generation sacrifice a great amount. And then the next generation and generations, you hope to continue to move up. But look, even if you work the bare minimum wage, it's better than many other countries. They said they don't know if these people were from the Bahamas or where they were from. So I think about that. Like a lot of people, they go on vacation to the Bahamas, they go on vacation to these islands in the Caribbean, but other than the resorts, there's not a lot of opportunity. Even in Puerto Rico, I knew plenty of Puerto Rican friends growing up. And Puerto Rico itself they're American citizens. Okay, they're American citizens because it's American territory, but there's not vast opportunities on that land. There's resort areas and, not much else. So the key thing to remember, if that you're already in America, is there's plenty of poverty too in America. Now, people in poverty are still living better than many people in the third world country, but you got to get the hell out of the poverty spots. Because in order for you to get to America, you have to take a desperate form of action. You either got to marry someone you don't want to marry, or you got to jump in a boat and hope you get here and then don't get kicked out, or something else crazy. But if you're already in America and you're poor or you're not doing well, move, jump in a car, jump on a train, get the hell out of Dodge. I'll never forget. I was in an area in Florida. It was a bad area. And there was a guy living in his car. And I said, man, you live in your car. You can go anywhere. Why do you stay in this bad area? Bad mindset. He was used to his friends. He was used to his family. He didn't want to move. And that's what you find many times is that in America, people don't want to change. They don't want to get out from that which they know, even if there's more opportunity right within their own country. And again, with the inflation, a lot of people say it's because of stimulus, because of extra unemployment benefits, because of lower interest rates. So we have an environment where even those who haven't been working are getting a lot. And look, rightfully so in many instances. I'm not here to bash that because, look, we went through a thing where people were forced to stop working and they got laid off. But I want to share with you. I'm good to see Hal. He started his new job today. And I wrote that down. I still got to do a live feed about the first day on the job. Good to see you, Twister. Thank you, Christina. One time for live chat. Thank you, Christina. I Excuse me, I appreciate that, Christina. Thank you for your positive, supportive comments. Hal's, his first day on Hal's new job. He says, "What's good, Sam? Tough first day. That's all right. You showed up. What should you do tomorrow? Show up. What do you do the day after that? Show up." It gets better the more you show up because you learn more. You get more familiar with the job. People get familiar with you and things get better. If you don't show up, things get worse because if you don't show up, then what do? Then you start the process all over again. Then you have even less confidence. You have even more fear. So what I can tell you, even if you got to cry, even if you got to have high anxiety, even if you got to roll into that job, okay? He goes, definitely walked in on a hard day. That's okay. Short staff, no one wants that bag. And a lot was going on. That's all right. That means there's a lot of opportunity. Tomorrow will be better. Well, even if it's not, if you show up, that's 2 days coming to your direct deposit. Even if tomorrow sucks, smile and just try to do what they ask. Look, here's the positive about starting a new job, especially in America, is that no one really expects you to do much because you have the excuse that I'm new. This is my second day. This is my second week. Now, you can't pull that after your second month or 8th month. But, it's like, you go to some jobs, okay, maybe probably in some other countries, like you better perform great the first day or you're fired. There's no unemployment. There's no food stamp. There's no subsidy, nothing. There's destitution, real. But you basically show up, you smile. Yeah, you're probably going to go through some mental anxieties, but you're going to get paid for this. Really, unless you do something like horrible, they're not going to fire you. And so, Hal, you're a class act. And remember what Kid and Play taught us, great American dream. Kid and Play, great rappers, great actors. In the movie Class Act, what did they teach us? They taught us, show up to school, show up to the house party, and then show up to capitalizing on it all. Because that's the American dream. Okay. And what did Eddie Murphy teach us in Coming to America? That even though he was rich, he came to America because even in his rich land, he couldn't choose who he wanted to marry. His parents wanted him to marry someone else for the lineage. Okay. I had met someone like 2 months ago I was speaking to. They're from, I forgot where they were from, another country. And they wanted to go back. I said, why do you want to go back? Well, in that country, my family has power, so we can have servants, we can have a lot of stuff. And I was like, wow. So, but for me, I don't want a servant. For me, I don't want to be forced to marry anyone. For me, I want to know if I get laid off, not only do you get unemployment benefits, but you can DoorDash, but you can YouTube, but you can travel to another state, another town. You're not stuck where you are. You don't have to get in a boat. There is opportunity all around you. If you played video games today, there's no opportunity. Okay. If you took a nap, there's no way you would survive on a boat coming to America. Okay. So what I want to tell you guys, the American dream, is it still alive? Well, are you still taking a nap or have you woken up? Because when I heard today that a boat arrived on Jupiter Island, they came to a very nice part of Florida, guys. They came to mansions. Okay. And I said, damn, because sometimes I think, well, there's not people desperate anymore. And then you hear in 2021, and I think they said they think they may be from the Bahamas. Bahamas, everyone goes, I want to go to Bahama, Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama. You take your overweight wife, you guys go to Bahamas, you got drinks. Okay. But the people serving you in the Bahamas are begging to come to Florida because they want opportunity. And what I can tell you is that you got to go after what you want. Because even if there's opportunity, if there's no effort, there's poverty, there's lack. Productivity, effort is the pathway to increase. Laziness, idleness, gossip, hanging with the wrong people, not showing up is the self-induced suffering. So you have a couple choices. You can be like Eddie Murphy in Coming to America, where even when he was working at McDowell's, not McDonald's, he was mopping the floor with high integrity. Even bagged a girl working at McDowell's. She goes, man, the way you clean that floor, it's like it's not beneath you, but also there's a royalty about you. See, whether you live in a car, whether you mop a floor, when you carry yourself a certain way, you still get the girl and the bag. But when you're on that Arsenio Hall, remember Arsenio Hall's friend? He was lazy. He was entitled. Now, he still got a little cooch because, he was rich. But I want to tell you tonight that when I heard that news story today, it woke me up. Driving through different towns, driving through different states throughout my past 4 years on the road, I learned that there's many countries, even within the same country, there's 50 states in America. And some of them, and some areas within those states are destitute. And what you need to do is not jump on a boat, jump in your car and get the hell out of Dodge. Don't buy a house in a bad area. Why? You have opportunity. You want to go where there's opportunity. And so flexibility is to keep you liquid until you find opportunity. Settling for a cheap house in a bad area, even in America, is destitute mindset. It's disaster mindset. And so we're going to go all live comments. Click the thumbs up. Thank you, Dee, joining again. We're praying for her with rehab. Pray for her health and her well-being. Show up. Even if it sucks, it's better than someone who doesn't show up. Because what did Hal just say? His first day on the job and they need more help. What have they been saying for hundreds of years? Good help is hard to find. So I want to tell you this, guys. I'm not going to say life is this great thing, but I'm going to say this. One is, look, you got a lot of opportunity in America. If you show up, you're going to go way further than anyone who doesn't show up. Doesn't even matter if you don't have the same level of education. Because guess what, guys? Doesn't matter how many degrees you have. If you don't show up, they can't be used. Okay. You say, I wish I had a job where I didn't have a manager. I just looked at my phone and I decided if I wanted to get money. That's DoorDash. But you know what I found when DoorDash first came out? I said, man, this is a miracle. People complained. I want to see the tip. I want to see that. I want to see that. And now they got all the analytics they want, and there's still people rejecting orders. I say, what type of country do we live in? Where people have the opportunity to look at their phone, decide what they want to do, and they still don't decide that they want to go after their best life. To me, when you get that, anyone who's done DoorDash or the gig economy, it's a great example of life. When you get that ring on your phone that there's an opportunity. Because that's what a DoorDash or Uber, when you get that ping that someone needs service. Someone needs, some big chick needs her IHOP delivered to her house. Some guy at the airport needs a ride home. You look at your phone, you have an opportunity to make money. And many people look at that and they say, I'm going to cherry pick. Nah. I'm not saying you should take every one, but I'm saying you should take 90%. Why? Because, guys, why not? Don't you want opportunity? And I look at that as a lesson of life. And that, because that's how I apply that mindset to everything in life. And for those who cherry pick, they apply that mindset to everything in life too. Life gets better the more you show up. Because you can be in America, a land of opportunity, and you could be living basically like you're in Bahamas. Not the resort, but the real Bahamas. You know, where you're on island time. No one's productive. No one's doing anything. All the rich foreigners are coming there to party, but all your family members are taking naps and bitching. Okay. And because what I can tell you guys, I've seen it in my own life, in my own family, and I don't hang around it. Because what you hang around, you become. And if you're productive, the only people you're hanging around with are people who are exchanging the bag. If you're productive, either someone's giving you the bag to do something, okay? Or at the very least, you're doing something. You know, idleness is the devil. Again, I'm not talking about the severely disabled. I'm not talking about the seniors. Take this in context. But no matter what your situation, I think you need a level of movement. Even if you're a senior with arthritis, in a controlled environment, you still want to exercise your body. You want to move your body. Even if you're disabled, I have family members who are. You still want to do something. You can't just sit around all day and think about your depression. Got to get in a support group. You got to volunteer. Because I've seen people go down even a worse hole just sitting around, sloughing around. And so bottom line, guys and girls, I'm not one of these like a pro-America, everything America's great, America doesn't have any bad. Of course, America has bad. America has bad history, even some things now. It always could look to improve. But I'm telling you this, in 2021, still a lot of opportunity, guys. Still a lot of greatness. Still a lot of desperate people begging to come here. And there's still a lot of jobs who people don't want to take. That is the message tonight. Do you want to improve your life? Well, if you're watching this, you got a fighting shot because chances are you got Wi-Fi, you're in a first world country. But if you're in a bad part of the first world country, get in a car and get the hell out of Dodge. Okay. You got to go where there's opportunity, even within your own country. You don't go to Ocala, Florida, unless you want to raise cattle. What do you do? Are you a nurse? Are you a construction worker? Where's the opportunity? Are you willing to relocate? Are you willing to go after the dream, the pursuit of happiness, not the guarantee of happiness? You have the right to choose who you want to marry. You have the right to choose if you want to accept a job. You have a right to take a nap. It's all about how you exercise your rights. And so what I can tell you, go after what you want. And don't be around people who don't go after what they want, because they're going to tear you down. They're going to fill you up with so much toxic energy that you're going to self-destruct. If someone doesn't respect productivity, they don't respect themselves, they don't respect you. I had a friend, and he grew up poor. And we had similar friends. And I remember his friends mocked him for going to work. Are you going to work? You going to Walgreens? What you doing that for? I said, unbelievable. So what I can tell you is this, guys. I don't care if it's Walmart, Walgreens, DoorDash, Nurse, whatever. Go out there and keep your expenses low so you don't become the American nightmare. Keep your debt low so you don't become the American nightmare. But you only get out of debt when you go after your bag. All right, we're going all live comments. I'll see I'm backed up. Thank you again, D. Thank you again, Christina. Thank everyone who watches. Hal, we love you. All right, back live comments. D, we love you again. Twister, what's up, everyone? What's up, Matt? Yep, Hal, we'll be better tomorrow. Why? Because you'll show up. Thank you again, Christina, for all your positive, supportive comments. Twister, hell yeah, Hal. I love leadership position. I look forward to tomorrow and learning more, and hopefully it won't be so busy and I can learn some more. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like I say, your greatest asset is your positive attitude. You can't teach that in school. It's something that God blessed you with. So how do you repay God? You show up and you become a positive leader. Because guess what's going to happen if you show up, Hal? In 2 years, you'll be even higher up on the chain. And there'll be a nervous guy or girl starting their first day, and you'll be the leader. And guess what you'll be able to do? You'll be able to have empathy on them, and you'll be able to be a good leader. But if you don't show up, here's what happens. A nasty person takes your job, okay? And a new person comes on a job and they're treated nasty. It wasn't because a good person didn't have the opportunity. It's because a good person didn't persevere. So you say, if you're a good person, why should you do? You should do so you can make the environment better for others. That's the true essence of a leader. Remember, when you don't take the management job, someone else will. Remember, when you don't take the promotion, someone else will. And if someone else takes it and you don't like their style, guess who you have to blame? Yourself. Why? Because you didn't show up or you didn't want the promotion. A lot of people don't take the promotion because they don't want to stretch themselves. And I understand it's scary. But then they end up getting coffee for someone they don't like or that doesn't treat people well. It doesn't mean it's always the case, but I'm trying to make the point. Don't sell yourself short. A lot of people sell themselves short. But if you don't show up, look, you're not selling yourself short. You're just basically screwing yourself. Because it all starts with just getting your ass in the seat, getting your ass in the door. Like I said, I don't care if you cry, you roll, you know, whatever. Just show up, smile, and just nod your head. If you very least, you end up better than you started. Mary Taz, good job, Hal. Twista at Hal. Hal, tomorrow I can wear regular clothes and sneakers, praise the Lord, because it is more hands-on than walking around in a suit. All right, and nothing wrong with that. I like to be comfortable. I think that's good. I also think it's good that you dressed up the first day just to show that you care. They have scrubs for me so I can do more around the hospital day one. I love it. Medical field is money bag. The baby boomers are getting ready to die. Close your ears if you're a baby boomer. Look, I just talked to my mom. She's stressed out. Why? It's not easy as you get older. And what I can tell you guys, in America, we're getting ready to go through the next decade or so where a big part of our population is going to pass away. Average life expectancy is 80. The baby boomers are a generation where birth rates increased. And now they're getting ready to be deceased. And now, guess what we need? A lot of medical workers. And now, guess where there's opportunity? Take care of the boomers. And now, guess what they're doing? Hiring. And now, guess what people are doing? Not showing up. And now, guess what? A YouTuber has become a caretaker, a therapist, personal trainer, and a virtual family member. Why? Because not enough people showed up. The work is plentiful, but the laborers are few. So what I want to tell you tonight, there's someone who just got in on a boat in Jupiter Island, a bunch of people, 20 people, today in South Florida. And I guarantee you they would love to be in the medical field, cleaning toilet bowls or being a nurse or being a maintenance tech, being a secretary, being a medical biller, but you know what they're doing? They're trying to get through immigration to see if they can stay or they're going to get kicked back out. That's how real it gets. So what I can tell you is this, guys. I'm not saying your situation is perfect because I don't know everyone's situation. I'm not saying you may not have dealt a bad hand. But what I can tell you is this. When I hear that, I'm thankful. Now, I got family members, guys. They're not thankful, okay? So I'm not going to say just because you're in the same family, there's going to be a level of Thanksgiving, okay? There's going to be the same attitude, okay? Because I know some people, they pissed away every opportunity they had. And you know what's going to happen? Someone's going to take their spot. Because you know what happens when it comes to picking crops in America? We beg immigrants to come and pick our crops. And we make it to a point where we beg people to come and take care of our seniors. Because the work is plentiful, but the workers are few. Like I always tell you, I don't know everyone's ability, but I know this. If you're able to create profiles on YouTube, you're able to work with technology. So I don't understand the mindset of someone who can create multiple profiles but can't do multiple jobs. To me, doesn't seem right. Because data entry is a job. And basically when you create a profile online, all you're doing is data entry. And so think about it. Love to you. Christina, Wednesday, I'm doing a speech for a crowd of refugees and immigrants. While this is on time, I love to use your material. Yes, well, whatever you can take from me that will help, use it and put your own twist on it. But yeah, that's great. That's awesome that you're doing it. We'll keep you in prayer. We've been praying for Hal. We'll pray for you. We're praying for Dee now too with her health. So Christina, yeah, we love you. You're a positive person. Look, if you get in front of a crowd and you totally lose your train of thought, what should you do? Smile and just be honest. Say, look, I'm scared. I had a speech prepared and I've lost all my thought. But all I want to tell you is that I feel fortunate to have the opportunity to be here. I know you feel fortunate to have the opportunity to improve your life. I don't have a great speech. All I have is to remind us all that we're in an environment where we're not forced to do anything. There's free will. You're not forced to marry someone. You're not forced to stay with someone. Maybe you were forced to marry someone. You're not forced to stay with them. You know, like I say, Stockholm Syndrome is a description of someone who was taken captive. But after years of being captive, the person who abducted them begins to leave the door unlocked. Because the person who was taken captive believes that there's no other way out. I mean, or they trust the person. They feel like I've become used to this prison. And I become used to my house. I can't sell it. I become used to my spouse. I can't see my life without them. And the truth is, you may have gotten to a situation forced or under pressure, but the truth is you can change it in America. You can file divorce. You can sell a house. You can change states. You can move. But if you'll do it, is your choice. Because there's going to be pain, just like there's pain showing up the first day on a job, the second day of the job, just like there's pain showing up on a video, whatever you need to do. But after the pain comes relief. When you don't do anything, there's agonizing pain that never stops. My man Pluto often asks me, like, Sam, I'm feeling anxiety, depressed. I say, hey, I feel it all the time. So what do? I do self-care, wake up early, be productive, exercise, don't take naps, do shit. What do you do if you're downsizing? When in doubt, throw it out. What do you do if you're moving? Secure a job transfer before you pull a trigger. But I'll tell you right now, if you want to move and you're not actively seeking a transfer, if you're not actively downsizing, selling your house, sell first. Rent for a while. You know what'll fucking put a fire under your ass? You sell your house under 30 days and you got to figure out what to do next. You actually have to figure out how to survive. You're not in this controlled environment with central air, with snacks and goodies and 5 pillows. You actually have to figure out, oh my God, I'm selling my house. What do I have to do next? Now you got to think about what do you want out of life. Sometimes it's good to get a little bit intense and desperate. Most of the great inventors are immigrants. Why? There's a desperation. Steve Jobs. His father was a Syrian refugee. The inventors of Google, who basically own YouTube. Immigrants. There has to be the eye of the tiger, the first Rocky, not Rocky 5. And sometimes in life, we get a little bit complacent. Okay. And sometimes in life, we forget that there's a lot of opportunity, but it's not going to just come and give us a blowjob. We have to go after it. See, some people, shout to my man Neville, some people go to the Dominican Republic to get a blowjob, and then they get robbed. No disrespect, Neville. But some people are looking to come from the DR to come to America so they don't have to give a blowjob. You see the difference? Some people have forgotten that the blessing in life is not going to where people are so desperate they'll do anything for the American dollar. The blessing of life is giving opportunity in the land of opportunity, not going to the desperate and squeezing them by the balls. You know, that's why I have a problem with a lot of the expats and all these people. They just go and I don't know, to me, I'm not for it. Not my thing. You know, because two is, I don't know, man, this is not my thing. Everyone's different though, man. Maybe it helps other people get them here. I don't know. Look, I'm not saying there's something wrong helping someone get them to America. But all I'm trying to tell you is you come to America because you want the freedom of choice to decide your life. Okay. And there's many Americans, first generation, second generation, come from all different backgrounds, all different races, religions, just like in my family. And you know what? Guys, they might as well be in the Bahamas because they ain't doing shit. Okay. And they're in a Stockholm syndrome. They forget that the door is wide open. Opportunity right there. And they're circling around their 30-mile radius. The same supermarkets, the same places they DoorDash, the same places they visit every day. They might as well be a prisoner to that 30-mile radius. You can change. But it's going to require some pain, some effort, some failure, and perseverance, some grace of God. All right, back live comments. Adam, I'm here, Sam, laughing. I hope your day was great. Yeah, overall was good. I can't complain. There's some more things coming on the market in South Florida. Why? Because it's getting hot. A lot of people who came here said, oh, shit, I can't handle this heat. And I'm going to put my house on the market because I bought a house last year. Now it's basically went up 75%. There's a lot of people selling their house that they just bought last year. Why? Because it went up and they're scared maybe, or they're concerned that maybe we're at the peak. Maybe house prices will come back down in the fall or next year. I don't know. Maybe they'll go up. But the bottom line is never stay where you're not inspired. Unless it's a pure investment, not a house. Now, can you live in an area without buying a house and still enjoy the area? Yeah, do it every day. So you don't need to own a house to live your best life. A lot of people make that mistake too. Now, at the same time, when you found where you want to live, there's nothing wrong with buying a house, even when it may be at the peak. Why? Because if it's below your means, it don't matter. Bottom line is live your life. Go after what you want. That's the American dream, pretty much. You know, having the opportunity to go after what you want, the pursuit of happiness. Shout out to Will Smith. Next comment. Christina too. Yeah, you're going to do great, Christina. Remember, show up, and even if you fuck up, the bottom line is just speak from the heart. So I'm scared, but I want to be here to support you. That's it. You say inspirational nomad. I got to give a speech to a bunch of refugees. I'm totally scared of what have happened. Just go and say, look, I totally lost my train of thought. I'm just here to show you love and support. And then walk off the stage. To me, you get a fucking standing ovation. Because that's why you're there. You're there to show them love and support. And if you don't say anything else, that's the blessing from the Lord. An encourager, a supporter, someone who wants to see you do good, that's a blessing from the Lord. You don't need to give some grand speech. And your speech should not be longer than 15 minutes. Why? People don't want to hear that shit. You say you do a live feed for an hour. Well, guys, we do the message under 15 minutes, then we go to all live comments. Okay. There's people straggling in. They just woke up from a nap. We got to take care of everyone. Okay, good job. Twisted. I live in a border town with Mexico. Okay. A few days ago, they showed that 3 people died of heat stroke and starvation in the desert trying to cross. Very tragic. We are so blessed. We're very fortunate. You know, a lot of Americans go to Mexico to get cheap health care, and then they come back over. So, and they voted for Trump. It's crazy. So, what I can tell you is this. Obviously, I still believe in borders. Obviously, I still believe in you got to have some order. Okay, I'm not just, but all I'm trying to say is just I don't have the answers for everything. If that was my job, I'd sit down, I'd evaluate, see what we could do. But the bottom line is, guys, there needs to be another Ellis Island. There needs to be a place where people go, they register, just like the Statue of Liberty. That was Ellis Island. You register, okay, you go through your healthcare checks or whatever, and then you're placed into some, whether it's job placement, you're placed wherever you're going to live and whatever. And it's still shit, okay? A lot of Italian came Ellis Island, it was shit after that. But they didn't have a wall greeting them. They had Statue of Liberty. So, bottom line, guys, is look, we need more workers. Okay? Bottom line. Okay? So, what I can tell you is when there's an environment where there is a need for help, that is an opportunity, not a bad thing. The opportunity is when there's a storm, everyone calls out, you show up. The opportunity is if you're single during a holiday, you work, other people spend time with their family. Opportunity is even if you're low energy, you work the night shift. You fall asleep behind the desk, you get paid. Oh, thank God for America. I want to thank God for every security officer working the night shift, every maintenance tech sleeping in the janitor closet watching Netflix and YouTube. I want to thank God for opportunity. Because what I can tell you is this. You'd be surprised how far you get if you show up and you put effort. And you'd be surprised how depressed you can get if you stay home and take a nap. You're going to find out. You're going to find out. Get out there, guys and girls, and go kick ass. Why? Because the alternative is, guys, there's only so many times you can roll over. I mean, you know. And you're not going to tell me, like, you know, everyone's at the beach or doing, guys. Like I said, one thing I learned being by the beach is that even people who live by the beach, they don't have the energy to go get dirty in the sand, go in the ocean, clean off. It's a big job. Guys, most people just go to the beach, they look at the ocean, they say, oh, isn't that nice? They get back in their car, put their air conditioner on, they fucking drive off. Very few people have the mindset of, I'm here to get in the ocean. And I'm not wasting time getting in, I'm getting out. Okay. Wendy, Zoom, sauna open. Oh, we're in South Florida, sauna wide open tonight. 100 emoji. Wendy, self-care, top priority. I'm going to Kiss concert. I remember you saying that the other night. I like it. In September. And 3 doors down in August. Living my best life. Wendy, rock star emoji to you. Electrical guitar emoji to you. And tongue emoji. Why? Because the Kiss group, they had the tongue. And I'm not mad at it, Wendy. I'm medicated in the forest preserves this weekend. Oh, meditated. You meditated in the forest preserves. Where's the forest preserves? I don't know where that's at. Wendy said, you got to be careful. All my campers and nomads, this is what I want to tell you. Especially in Florida. Especially in the summer. If you go to a campground, you're getting a bug infestation. If you're going to a campground, a forest, or any place where there's a lot of bushes and trees, bugs are flying out those things and they come right in your car. The only saving grace in the summer, if you're in Florida or pretty much anywhere, you want to stay in the concrete jungle. You want to stay in the parking lots, in the truck stops, because the more bushes and trees you're around, guys, there are bugs. In Florida, I'm telling you right now, everything is flying, moving. So be very careful. Wendy, live on my best life. I can be free, in and out of the body. Thanks, Sam. No naps. Wendy, you're kicking ass. Wendy, Zumba. Yeah. Mama say do that, do that, do that. Good job. Kathy. Hey, Sam, what's up? Hey, Kathy, shout to Chicago. I was watching someone the other night from Chicago. And they said, you know what? The lake is packed. I guess, you guys got a lake up there. Lake's packed. People are not that friendly. And it reminded me of New Jersey. And I said, do I really want to go to New Jersey where everyone's packed at the shore? Not that friendly per se. Or do I want to be in the empty South Florida and enjoying tropical paradise? Guys, I'm enjoying tropical paradise. And again, what inspired me for tonight's message is I'm listening to the radio, driving from the beach, and there's 20 immigrants on a boat landed on Jupiter Island, Florida. And they said, we want to get to the land of coconut and Latina MILFs. And you know what I say? Come on in. Now, you know what the residents of Jupiter Island did? They called the cops, and they're in immigration services right now, so I don't know what happened. Adam. Met a guy while me and my girlfriend were out hiking in March at Indiana Dunes National Park. He has a big studio tattoo shop in Chicago. He is going to do my Bushcraft logo for free. Well, tattoo artists are very creative. They're artists. Shout out to my man Mark from upstate New York. Yeah, look, I got a bunch of tattoos. I got a lot of them from South River in New Jersey. Big biker guy. And he had the best tattoo artist that I ever had. He was a straight drug addict. He would barely ever show up to the tattoo spot. But when he showed up, guy was an amazing artist. Amazing. And he was seriously addicted to drugs. See, that's what I tell you, people sell themselves short. This guy, he could have went very far in life, man. This guy was an amazing artist, but he would barely ever show up. And anyone who's ever been to a tattoo parlor, it's like going to the barbershop. There's one guy that always shows up, but he's a little suspect with the needle, as far as tattoos. Just like he's a little suspect with the clippers. And the one guy who's good, he's never available. So, also I watched the guy the other night on YouTube. This guy, he doesn't do anything. I don't think he has a job, but he's an amazing auto mechanic. This guy can make 6 figures doing auto mechanic work. But does he do it? No. I don't know why. I don't know why. Because the guy kicked my ass in auto mechanics. I don't know nothing about auto mechanic. You know how much you can charge being an auto mechanic, diagnosing stuff, doing what he was doing? I couldn't even imagine. Okay. So even people in America who are poor, these people are talented. Some of them. They're auto mechanics, they're artists, but they don't show up and they're lethargic. I don't understand it. Christina, sorry I'm late on that. Timothy, what's up? Hey, everyone. Hey, Timothy, great to see you. Thank you again, Timothy, for everything. Christina, thank you. Sam, thank you. I appreciate your tip. I appreciate your positive attitude and all you're trying to do. Remember, all my volunteers, don't forget, your ultimate job is to volunteer for your own life. Because I spent time in soup kitchens, different nonprofits, and what I found out is it's good to volunteer, but it's even better to take care of yourself. Why? Because at the end of the day, most of the people that you're going to be there to help, they ain't going to do shit but just suck up the resources, and they can really change their life if they want to, but they're not. And so just let the federal government help them. Of course, there's exceptions, but this is the honest truth, okay? And so the bottom line is, if you neglect yourself to volunteer for something else, that's a failure. If you're not going to the gym and if you're not taking care of your physical and mental health, but you're going to volunteer to help the destitute, you're destitute. Because the bottom line, guys, I got family members who are destitute. They're on basic food stamps, subsidies. And what I can tell you is you're going to be volunteering. You're going to be probably with people like my family. And they ain't going to change. They're wasting their time. So the bottom line is take care of you. The federal government has got the very destitute. Okay? And that's the bottom line. In America, that's the bottom line. Get on a subsidy if you need it. And if you want to get off, you got to do the work. If not, it doesn't matter who shows up and gives you, no one's going to change your life other than you. Because, that's the truth. There's exceptions. Okay, there's exceptions. But that's the overall truth. Adam, hey, Tim. Hey, Twista, loved you. Sam, loved you too. 2 hearts, 2 prayers. Keep the faith. Love you. Mary Toss. Eventually, our country is going to have people going back into offices. Don't know when that will be. Been working from home since March last year. Yeah, that's been a debate. I mean, I think there'll be definitely a certain percentage that will go back to offices. Some already have. I've seen that. And there'll be certain that will remote work forever. And there'll be some hybrid model. Some that go a couple days a week in the office and some that stay out. So there'll be a mixed bag. There will not be, in my opinion, my experience so far, there will not be the same amount of people going back in the office for the vast majority of jobs that was pre-pandemic. There will be still a good percentage that will, and there's always going to be certain jobs that you have to show up in person. But there's going to be a higher percentage of people that can work remote. It's true. Mary Toss. I'm so glad that I've kept my same schedule so I won't have anything to get used to when I go back. Yeah, keeping momentum is key in life because it keeps you in a flow, and life is constant rhythm. So the more you can stay in a flow, the better you are. Wendy. No, I was walking, the trails early in the morning. I love that you were going for a walk. That's self-care. And what I can tell you guys, when you go for a walk, to me, you change your life. You volunteer for the ultimate service, which is self-care. Good job. Very tough. First job I had was data entry and failed their typing test. Well, I like that you showed up. The owner talked to me and I convinced him that if he gave me a chance, I would be good. At the end of 3 months, I was top performer. I don't know much, but I know this. If you gag and cough on your first blowjob, but if you give a blowjob every day for 3 months, you're probably going to be better after 3 months. You say inspirational nomad. That's so nasty. I hate when you talk like that. I'm trying to make an example. That when you do something for 3 months consecutively, chances are you're going to be better than when you started. There's always exceptions, but that's pretty much the overall averages. But what I tell you is this. Some people show up the first day, they gag on a big one, and they stay home the rest of their life. And that's truth. 100 fire emoji. Wendy, I was walking the trails enjoying Mother Nature and the peaceful sounds of nature reading. I like that. That sounds very soothing. Good job. Christina, that's self-care, Wendy, because that sounds to me like better than fighting traffic and being in craziness. Christina, the universe conspires to help me once again. I've been missing lots of live chats. This is one so timely for me. Well, I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for everyone. And I hold you under no obligation, Christine, or anyone in here. I want everyone to do what they need to do for them. If we can connect, it's a blessing, and I'm grateful. But I want everyone to have the freedom to live life in their way. To me, that is part of like the American spirit. And America's not perfect. But look, guys, it's not complete shit either. So there's a balance. Christina, $4 super chat. That's a doggy with a little bone. I'll tell you right now, that reminds me of my squirrels today. Shout out to Mary Todd's walking her dog. I mean, I still love dogs. I love pets. I don't have it in my soul anymore to go through that experience of having a pet and losing it again. I just can't do it. But I enjoy, thank you, Christina. I enjoy Mother Nature, like Wendy was saying. I enjoy being out like around animals that are friendly and like feeding them or like talking to them. I don't know why. It's like therapeutic to me. You know, I guess that's why they have like the emotional dogs and all that. It does help. So shout out to you, Christina. Thank you. Thank you to all my members. Hal, we love you, brother. We know you're going to kick ass. Keep showing up. D, welcome back. We're praying for your health. Please, everyone, keep D in your prayers. She's a great person. Also, keep her in your prayers. She just bought a house. D, I don't know if you're still in here. How's that house going? Hopefully it's doing well. Andre, again, shout out to you. ESP! Oh my God, ESP, I hope you're still in here. I missed you. Fuck. Now I feel like a dirtbag. ESP, if you're in here, please leave a comment so I don't feel too bad. I'm sorry I missed you. Mary Taz, D, Twista, Hal, Christina, thank you again. Adam, keep bushcrafting, man. Living your best life. I was looking at a fifth wheel in an RV lot for sale. I'm thinking about it. I'm still back on my home-based stuff sometimes. Timothy, man, you're so positive. Thank you, brother, for your love. Damn it, I feel bad. Forgive me, guys, if I ever miss comments or if I don't respond fast enough. I try to balance in getting out what I feel in my soul, but at the same time, then getting to the comments in a timely manner. But sometimes I feel like I fail there. I apologize. I try and do the best I can. I did better than if I didn't show up at all. But I still have work to improve. Always improving. And all I can do is the best I can do. But I do have gratitude for everyone out there, man. I really appreciate that. I feel the love. I know I'm very fortunate to connect with a bunch of positive people that show me love. So I thank you for that. And that's it. I do want to talk about what ESP mentioned. And I wrote that down. And when I heard that news story today, I lost my train of thought. Maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow, the first day on the job. But I mean, we kind of talked about it a little bit today. Twista, you get a lot of comments. It's completely understandable. Well, thank you, Twista. You got a very understanding soul. Thank you, everyone out there, man. We persevere, and we just take life one day at a time. I do want to close on some thoughts about stress. As like I said, I talk to my mom every day. I talk to her on WhatsApp, video conferencing. It's a blessing to have technology to be able to see your mother, even when you're in a different state or different country. And she said, Sam, I really haven't been feeling right the past 2 days. I said, well, Ma, it's probably stress. Because 2 days ago, my mom on the side, she lives by this hotel. She does some cleaning. At 74 years old with a bad knee and diabetes and obese. In the summertime, she cleans part-time these rooms. And I told her last year, stop doing it. She don't want to stop. Because without that, she said she'll basically just sleep all day. And of course, everyone likes the extra money. So she cares. She's like a very empathetic person. That's probably where I get that from. Even though I got a little bit of I don't give a fuck in me too. But my mom went to clean this one room and she felt like she did a good job. But I guess the person who came in the room complained to the owner that there was like some dog hairs from the previous tenant or renter. And so my mom was like crushed in her spirit. I said, Ma, look, it's going to happen. No matter what you do in life, you're going to not do good all the time. I said, and two is, you're putting a lot on your plate at your age and your condition. You're trying to do those cleanings. She's got other stuff going on in her life too. I said, Ma, just stop it. And of course she goes back to, well, Sam, if I don't do this, I'm going to just lay here and die. I said, Ma, and then I tell Ma, you want to come here? What do you want to do? And I know she's not ready to get there, but she's getting close. This is probably her last year up there. We'll see. But I'm saying all that to say, stress will make you sick. The time to stress, okay, is when you're young, middle-aged. That's when you stress at a job. And then as you work at a job, you get better, you stress less, and then you get better jobs. And when you get older, guys, but even beyond the job, like I say, people keep asking me, well, why don't I go up north if I'm a nomad? Because to me, it's more stress. There's better weather, but there's more stress. There's more traffic. The stores I don't like. The culture I really don't like. So why, those who watch my channel, they saw me last year. Guys, it was a toxic, not just because of the coronavirus and shit, but the environment of up north is not what I like. It's stressful. So I try to learn from my past. I say, why am I going to put that extra stress on my life when there's no practical or tangible value? Like you stress to go to work so you can secure your bag. You don't want to willingly put yourself somewhere where there's really not much upside. So the reason you have flexibility is to avoid unnecessary stress. The reason you live below your means is to avoid unnecessary stress. The reason you don't take naps is because if you are retired, you still know how to manage your day. But if you get used to taking naps even at a young age, you're going to get old. And, you got to move a little bit each day, even if you're old. Well, you're fighting against stress. Stress is a killer, man. Fucking tear you up emotionally, physically. Even me, I struggle with it at times. You guys see it. But I go back to the basic foundations of self-care. Stay active, wake up, try to eat healthy. Don't be around people that trigger you. Block, have boundaries. The American dream is the American choice. You can go to Chick-fil-A and you can get a spicy chicken sandwich and a large Coke, or, you can get a hamburger and a regular Coke. Your choice. The way you mitigate stress is choice. See, when you don't have a choice, guys, you're desperate because you're stressing. And that's what causes you to get in a boat and come to Florida. That's what happened today. 20 immigrants landed on the shores of Southeast Florida because they had no choice. They had to get out of that desperate situation. You have a choice tonight. Do you want the relationships that you have? Do you need to change them? Do you want the house that you live in? Do you need to change them? Do you want the bills that you have? Do you need to change them? Do you need to cut some expenses? Do you need to increase your income? Do you want to accept? You have a choice to accept that order. You have a choice to do that overtime. You have a choice. Powerful beyond measure. $1 super chat. Damn it, thank you. I'm doing the best I can. I know you've asked me a couple times, how do you get rid of mosquitoes living in a car? You don't. You're living in the wild, but they do make car netting for your windows that you can buy on Amazon. But look, I'm not going to lie to you. When you live in your car, it's hot, sweaty, there's bugs. But you can mitigate that risk by not staying at campgrounds during the height of the summer and buying some netting that go over your car windows. You can buy it on Amazon. But I'm always slow to tell people to buy stuff for car living because really, you have to have a primitive intensity that, look, you're willing to sacrifice. Now, again, if you have kids, if you have pets, if you're elderly, I do not recommend living in a vehicle with no, it's just not, it's not, for an adventure, yes, but not for full-time living. But if you don't have pets, if you're not very elderly, if you're not hurt, sick, or disabled, then yeah, give it a shot. Now, look, even if you're in one of the categories I don't recommend, ultimately, your choice. You can be 85 years old and say, inspirational, fuck you. I'm selling my house, I'm getting in my car, and I'm going to go live the dream. Guys, I'm for it. I'm for everyone doing what they need to do for them. That's not hurting anyone, okay? So, that's kind of like, the message tonight. Back to live comments. Mary Taz gave me 3 hearts. Thank you, Mary Taz. D. ESP. Hey, Andre Maritas. Maritas, hey, D. D. 74, amazing mom. Yeah, no, I've been blessed with a good mom, and that's, I guess, I'm very fortunate. Now I do have even boundaries, though. Because I learned last year, even with a great mother, she needs her space, I need my space. So I also always want to share that with you. You can have the greatest spouse, the greatest mother, the greatest whatever, even the greatest pet. I learned that too. You gotta take care of yourself too. You gotta have boundaries. It's not easy. As you get older, that's a major thing you got to figure out. Adam says, hey, D, Adam. D, we love you. Adam, thank you for your positive attitude. Thank you, Power, again, beyond measure. Thank you for all your comments and love. Christina, poor mom, heart emoji. Tell her she can find an easier part-time in Florida near her son. Like I say, she's not destitute where she has to work. She does it because it's something to do. It's close to where she lives, and it just keeps her going. I've tried to do different things with her. I remember one time when I was in New Jersey, too, I would take her to, the senior centers where they have, activities. She hated that shit. She said, Sam, take me the hell out of here. This is not my thing. I said, all right, well, I'm not going to force no one. Because, when someone, the worst thing you can do to an elderly parent or anyone is force them to do something they don't want to do, even if you think it's good for them. Because that's the American choice. Sometimes there was a season of my life where I was like, Mom, I'm not going to pick up Chinese food for you. I'm not going to do it. And, but then what I realized is my mom's still going to get Chinese food, Now, I know it's different with drugs. Maybe you wouldn't buy your mom hard drugs. But I remember cigarettes, growing up, I'd smoke cigarettes. My family members did. But I remember my mom found cigarettes and she broke them all up. Now, did that stop any of us from smoking cigarettes? No. So I don't know, like I say, everyone has their own choice, how you choose to live. Suitcase, what's up, man? How are you, brother? Great to see you, man. Love to you. It's getting hot in South Florida, but it's also getting empty. Not a lot of people live down here. I'll tell you that much. A lot of opportunity. When everyone goes, there's a lot of Latina MILFs need loving. Okay. Because they're not going back up north. And I say, hey. Now, I know a couple of my MILFs, they found some man. And I'm going to let them do their thing. But they know, like I know, that guy's a part-time lover. Okay. Because, I don't know. I don't want to talk about that. Let's stay positive. Powerful beyond measure. $5 super chat. Hey, Sam. Thank you for answering my question. I enjoy your content because you don't sugarcoat and you're funny. Well, thank you. I try to do the best I can. And I appreciate and I'm grateful for all the positive feedback, the tips, the love, the views, and, the positive mindset. Because, look, like I said, guys, it's a side hustle, but I'm also not going to destroy my life trying to make side hustle money. I go do something else. That's why I block people. That's why boundaries, because I could tap dance a lot better than this. But again, this is a creative venture, meaning that I do this not just for the dollar bill. I do it also because I have a passion for it. I try to balance it out so I'm able to to do it in my passionate way. At the same time, I'm able to measure it as it's worth my time. That's the bottom line. Again, I've done volunteering. Again, I've had nonprofit. Again, I think there's a time for that. Again, what I basically found with that in a first world country, a lot of it's a waste of time. Because anyone who needs help, they go to the federal government. They get food stamps, they get assistance, they get subsidized housing. Anything beyond that, guys, is a pep rally. Because ain't much you're going to do. Even church. Church was like a pep rally. I think it was good. I'm glad I went to church. I learned something. But after a while, I said, to go to the next level, it's almost like you got to leave church. You know, it's like now you got to take what you learn. You got to go out there in the real world. It's like school. You know, yeah, how many times are you going to go get a degree? At a certain point, you got to get that degree. You got to go make money with it. You know, so, you know, that's how life is, guys. Look, at a certain point, you're in the land of opportunity. Now you got to make, you know, whatever you're going to do. You know, whether it's money or just your best life, you got to make the most of it. You got to choose to do it. Okay. Twister. Much love to all the Latina males. Yeah, what is? Shout out to all my Dominican girls out here, too. And what I can tell you is this. I'm not getting married, guys. Okay. Why? I'm not the marrying type. Okay. So, like I said, I dated a girl. She was in an arranged marriage just to get to Florida, just to get to America. You know, so, but when she came to America, she figured out how she can get a divorce, get her freedom. Powerful beyond measure, $2 super chat. What do you think about Jacksonville, Florida? Well, shout out to my man Savati, he's a good viewer. But Jacksonville, Florida, as far as the city itself, bad, high crime, I would not recommend it. I would recommend a suburb outside of Jacksonville, such as St. Augustine, Flagler Beach. Flagler Beach even more. St. Augustine went a little bit downhill too. So, shout out to my man Savai. If you're watching, you know I love you, but I gotta be honest. Jacksonville on the low is a shithole, a little bit. You gotta be careful. So, I recommend going like Flagler Beach, Palm Coast area. Shout out to my man Dan Diamond. Now, again, there's job opportunities, though, in Jacksonville. A lot of job opportunities. So, you may want to work in Jacksonville, but you may want your apartment or your house outside of Jacksonville. But Jacksonville got some bad areas, just like Miami. Like a lot of people, I don't know, maybe they've never been to Miami. Miami's got nice areas, no doubt. But if you go downtown Miami, like 2nd Street, 3rd Street, guys, there's people taking a piss right in the street, you know, homeless and shit. So every place has the good and bad, but especially when you're talking about, there's 4 hubs. There's 4 hubs of economic opportunity in Florida. It's Miami, Orlando, Tampa, and Jacksonville. I don't recommend you live in the heart of any one of those places. I recommend you live within an hour of those places. You find a suburb, someplace nice that has a lower crime rate, a somewhat thriving middle class, an Amazon delivery center maybe. Look to find wherever there's a, but there may be an Amazon delivery warehouse in Jacksonville, but may not want to live, you know, you want to live like close to it, but not in the bad parts. So like I say, if you're moving somewhere new, whether it's Florida or Idaho, you don't want to buy before you've lived here and you experienced it. But what I want to tell you is in America, you can move, right? You can move from Idaho to Jacksonville and rent an apartment in an hour away from Jacksonville, work in Jacksonville, and then figure out where you want to buy. You know, you're not in a country where you're told like you have to buy here, you can't do this, you can do whatever you want for the most part. I mean, you know, I understand all the bullshit. And I understand everyone has their own individual circumstance. I understand certain people born in a certain way, but I also understand, look, I'm born in a house and all of us had the same opportunity. All of us took it differently. And I don't judge that, but I'm saying that even people I knew that they grew up in a very bad situation, they had siblings. And some of their siblings were rock star performers. They had a positive attitude. They did something with their life. And some of their siblings didn't do shit. So there's no exact science to life. You get a Cain, you get an Abel. Doesn't matter if you're born in poverty, middle class, or rich. You're going to get a Cain and Abel. So, and not necessarily one's bad or one's good. I don't want to make that comparable. But one may be a go-getter, one may not. One may have a disability, one may not. Everyone's different. It's not about who is better and who's worse. It's about, look, do what you can within your abilities and make changes. That's the power of choice. And if you can't make changes, look, you're going to be, you're not going to starve to death on a first world country. You're going to get food stamps. You're going to get subsidized housing. You're not going to starve to death. You're not going to, you know, that's it. So that's the decision. Now, again, when I go up north, I got a family member on those things, subsidized housing and food stamps. Do I go to their house? No. Why? I don't want to be around the area. Okay. So for me, as an adult, I'm starting to choose what environments I want to put myself in. Why? Because that's my job as an adult, and when I have the freedom of choice. You know? Because I'm not going to end up like Jason Lyrics. To me, it was a great movie. It was when a family member tried to help another family member, but the other family member, look, that they were just on their own path. And he almost destroyed his life. Jason Lyrics, great movie. You should watch it. Very underestimated movie. And bottom line is, I've learned in life that whether it's my mom, like, you know, I used to get real stressed out. Like, I would like try to change my mom. I said, Ma, like, me 10 years ago, I would be in New Jersey right now telling my mom, you're not going to go clean those houses. You're not going to do this. You're not going to do that. And you know what I would do? I would get my mom upset because she wants to do what she wants to do. I would get upset. Then I would get resentful. Because I'm like, why am I doing all this? Why am I here? What I learned is, if it's an adult doing what they want to do, mind your fucking business. Let them do what they want. And do what you need to do for you without guilt. Now, are people going to pass away? Or things going to get better? Yeah, and if there's an emergency, be there. But other than that, do what you got to do for you. Again, if you got kids, if you got, you know, if someone you know, like, again, if my mom became injured, if there was a major issue, then we figure out what we got to do. Okay. But when people are able to do what they need to do for them, they're adults, then they have that freedom of choice. And that's why I tell you guys, you know, don't get on this mission. I was on this mission at one point in my life. We try to save the world, try to save everyone. And that mission is like Elon Musk going to Mars. That's just a pipe dream. Now, again, Elon Musk may get to Mars, but what I'm trying to tell you is, you got to take it one step at a time, man. Okay. And the first thing you got to do before you can go to Mars is you got to invent PayPal, where you become a billionaire. Okay. You take care of yourself. And then when you become a billionaire like Elon Musk and you figure out the system, you figure out how, you know, you can get Tesla bailed out by the government, how you can get a subsidy for SpaceX, then you save the world by taking them to Mars. But the first thing you do, because I don't know if you guys know this, Elon Musk's an immigrant. He came from South Africa. Okay. So here's another immigrant who had a very much a hunger to succeed. And what he realized was, I got to take care of myself first, and then I got to do some shit that'll change the world. And that's what he did. Okay. And will he change the world? I don't know, but, you know, there's people, you know, driving electric vehicles, thinking they're going to Mars. It's doing, PayPal works. Okay. Shout out to Elon Musk. Okay. Because I know I PayPal people and I know I get PayPal, so shit works. So if Elon Musk don't invent anything else, damn it, he capitalized, he made good for society. Okay. Andre, everyone is different. That's right. That's right. And you have a right to have boundaries with every different person. Your mother, your father, your son, your daughter. You have a right to have boundaries with everyone. Because everyone's different and everyone requires different boundaries. A life without boundaries is a disaster. Just like I believe a country without borders. I don't believe country's got to have borders. But I also believe, look, you got to have immigration stations, Ellis Island, etc. But I'm not one of these guys just like, yeah, there's no borders, no boundaries. Guys, you got to have order and structure. Okay. So, the message tonight is not really about immigration, even though that's what sparked it, because I heard that news article today that a boat of immigrants came on Jupiter Island, Florida, and they believe they came from the Bahamas. The message tonight is you have opportunity to change your life. And every day that's before you. And you can't change other people. You can only change yourself. That's a very hard thing to come to understand. Most people will spend most of their life trying to change or help other people. Why? Because it's the ultimate distraction. Like I said, guys, I've learned a lot in churches and nonprofits, and there's some good there. I don't want to speak bad about it, but what I'm trying to say is at a certain point, all that stuff is a distraction from your own life. Because you're going to find out that people in the church live in foul. You're going to find out that the nonprofit live in foul, most of the money going to administration. You're going to find out that Goodwill's making a grip, even though they're a nonprofit. You better off shopping at Walmart. Okay. You're going to find out that it all comes back to the man or the woman in the mirror. And that's what you got to work on. Okay. And the reason you're desperate enough to get to America is because you want the ability to work on yourself. You want the choice to choose what you do with your life, how you live, where you live, what you do, who you marry, who you don't marry. I mean, look, I still think life could duke you emoji, but I still think we're fortunate. I try to balance the train of thought. Okay. So again, this isn't one of these like, oh my God, the pro-American speech, we're the greatest. I don't believe in that either. But I believe in a sober thankfulness. That's it. I think that's very fair. And one thing I think that's awesome with the internet is I got people that watch from Australia, the Philippines, Canada. Shout out to Tony. And it's this is about like, in any land of opportunity, any place. It's a philosophy, it's a mindset of life, it's a thankfulness. It's a reminder that you can make a difference in your life. You can change your life. Okay. But you got to start. You got to be consistent. You got to have boundaries. You got to take care of yourself. And if you totally are lost, and just be honest, say, look, I feel like I'm messing up here, but I'm here to show love and support. I'm here to do the best I can. If you're on your second day at the job and you're totally fucking up, you say, I apologize. I want to do better. I'm going to try to do better. And that's it. Keep your mouth shut. Just keep trying. You're better off to get fired than to just not show up. And usually to get fired, you really got to be fucking some shit up or you really got to be an asshole. Now, there's exceptions, but most part. Look, life is fading for all of us. Every day I look at this reflection of myself on these replays. And I say, damn, I'm still looking all right. I'll pull some of these chicks out here. But I also know I'm getting old. Okay. And for me, it's great. Every day I get through is like, all right, well, one less day I got to deal with this shit. But also, I try to make the most of each day. I saw Suitcase make a video similar to that the other day. Make the most. Don't forget to live. D. It's tough getting in and out of the inlet at Jupiter. High waves. Yeah, Jupiter, Florida is one of the premier locations in Florida. Ultra rich. There's some middle class. There's a couple bad spots. The inlet is gorgeous. A lot of Trumpers, a lot of Trump flags still down there. But it's a great area. I'm an overall great people. So look, South Florida is awesome. Look, if you're gonna migrate, to me, if you're gonna come on a boat, better to come to Jupiter, Florida than Jersey City, Ellis Island, because I think about all the people who came to Ellis Island. Well, oh shit, this is where we end up. Okay, so now you come to Jupiter, Florida. So, oh shit, I made it to the promised land. And until you get put in the immigration services, then you go, oh shit. But they did say a couple people didn't get caught. So they're probably out there somewhere. But I think about those people, man, like how they must feel right now. And they're in a whole new country. They're probably scared. They don't have anywhere to go. They can't get, just help automatically. They're not going to be able to get a voucher for a hotel. And so, I have empathy on that, man. Again, I still believe in boundaries and borders and all that things. But this life is not really about immigration policy. I leave other people do that shit. But for me, it's just like, I'm grateful. And, if there's something wrong, I say that too. I've shared that last year. I share it when I see something wrong. But when there's something right, I share it too. Why? You want a fair person. Someone say, look, this is going wrong in the country. We got to change it. And when something's going right, you got to say, let's be thankful. You never want to meet someone that everything is always wrong or everything is always great. Life is not that. There's some good and there's some bad. So you want someone to say, this is the good part. This is the bad part. Now, it doesn't mean they're always right. I'm not always right. We're all just giving some of our opinion, but we're bringing up points. Okay? Everyone has their own unique experience. But like I said, guys, look, no matter where you are right now, I mean, at some level, you're on your cell phone, you're on your laptop. We're all connected virtually. Chances are most of you are sitting in an air conditioning place. You're picking your ass. Maybe some of my nomads out there, but you know what it is, you nomads, you're living good too. Most of you. You out there living a dream. Every day in the van, I beat the man. Okay, and, you know, you got an ocean breeze. You got free hot water at the gym. Okay. And you got free porn. Thank God for America. Shout out to my man, Big Plan Dan. Thank you, D. I appreciate you too, D. You've been a blessing. And I'm praying for you every day. Keep your health. Your health is your wealth. But there's sometimes we break our leg or God forbid something happens. We can't control it. It's humbling. I mean, I think about that as a nomad. That's a risk I take. That's why I think about the home base. So we'll see. Pray for me with that. I ask for your prayers. I'm grateful. They'll pray for Gail too. Gail Arnold, one of my viewers. She has a channel. She's about 500 subscribers. I would love to get her up to 1,000. She can do it. She did a video today. She's in her 70s. Or late 60s. Forgive me, Gail. I don't, one or the other. That, she was going to take she has a home base. She has a subsidized apartment, which again, any of my seniors out there or very poor, get you a subsidized house. Now, it's not great. She doesn't like a lot of things about it, but if she needs to, she's got a place to go. With temperature control outside the elements, that's a win. Get on the list if you need subsidized housing. Okay? And travel part-time outside that house or apartment or whatever, right? If you don't like it, if you want, at least you got somewhere to go back to if you get jammed up. But Gayla went on an adventure because she was tired of being in an apartment. And I understand that. I was in a hotel. I got tired of being in a hotel. And she was going to Cape Cod. She got a brand new Prius or a used Prius, a very nice car. But, you know, look, she's older. Still looks good. Still, you know, got great energy. But her knees and her hip were hurting in the car. So she said, look, I'm getting too old. I still may take vacations, but I'm not going to really be going full-time or really with a lot of energy at this nomad life. I respect that. Because like I say, guys, but if God willing, by the time I'm in my 60s or 70s, I would want a home base, even if I had to, just to have a home base as a subsidized house. Subsidized apartment or whatever. Why? Because as you get elderly, guys, you want more stability. Okay. D, I lost my faith in humanity, and you gave me a little bit of it back. Well, that's a gracious comment, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Now, to follow that up, I certainly do not want to put myself on a pedestal, because I'm certainly going to let you down. I'm certain I have, and I will. So I understand, though, and I appreciate your comment, and I feel the same way about other people who have inspired me. And I have to remind myself when the people that inspired me let me down, that we're all human. Even Jesus said, they said, man, you're good. And he said, only God's good. You know, it's like, so I want to take that gracious comment and say thank you. And I also, in humility, I don't want to come from a place of a high horse where I may fail you, you know. And so I've been through enough in life to know that you can do both. You know, you can say thank you, and you can also say I'm still human. But I am grateful that if I can inspire, and just like other people inspire me, you know, like I often share, like, you know, I was in a place in my 30s, and I was a little bit in a dark place. You know, I was going through a breakup, was trying to get my health together. I felt like I was trapped in New Jersey, and I was just in a rut. You know, I didn't know where to go to next. You know, because I wasn't going back to like hanging out in clubs and stuff. I was over that. I wasn't going back to the church life. I was kind of over that. So I said, where do you go next? You know, I don't have the friend group anymore. I don't have the support, and I don't want it. I want to do something different. Where do I go next? I go where everyone goes. I go on YouTube. And I found Ultimate Warrior, who was a wrestler who became a motivational speaker. Did I agree with everything he said? No, but there's some things that I liked that what he say sparked me, pushed me. You know, I found, of course, some nomads that showed me an alternative way to live. And I said, wow, this is great. You know, this it could work for me at my age and my circumstance. And so, you know, and then I said, well, shit, let me try my run at it too. You know, because I even before even that, I use YouTube to figure out how to do certain electrical work. Like, how do you wire a three-way switch? I watch a tutorial on that. Like I say, guys, if you're not a motivational speaker, maybe you're a plumber. You know what I would do a video of? How do you snake a toilet? You say, well, I'm a house cleaner. Well, you know what I would do a video of? How to stay within budget and make $80 profit on each house cleaning. You say, well, I'm disabled. I'm on disability. You know what I would do a video of? How did you get disability? A lot of people want to know that. Not like in a bad way, but how do you work the system? How do you go through the steps? Whatever you're going through, your testimony is your golden ticket. And I want to encourage you to use your experience in whatever aspect it may be to share, edify, and capitalize. See, that's the thing, guys. In America, you can sincerely do something to share with a community, to edify, to build them up, and to capitalize. Even the phone that a lot of people are watching me on that I'm making this video on, it was made by Steve Jobs, who was an immigrant. His father was a Syrian refugee immigrant. Steve Jobs invented the iPhone, which was the beginning of the smartphone. Now, certainly it was there to make a profit, but certainly it also can edify, can strengthen, can power your life. You can use it to do work. You can use it to research a book. You can use it to look at the Bible. You can use it to look at free porn. You can look at it to get directions to the gas station. Thank God for the smartphone. It was an instrument used not just to capitalize off, but also to edify. That's America. Okay, it's great. Twista. Sam, I truly believe it was the grace of God that allowed me to discover your channel. Well, thank you. I believe in that. You are always in my prayers. Well, thank you. I'll take them. I appreciate them. As well as the others in the chat. Yes, I pray for everyone, guys. Whether Hal's starting his job, D recovering, everyone in the live chat. I wish Christina with her speech. I wish I could say everyone's name. I do say everyone's. You guys know. I mean, look, I know life. I know that we're connected for a season. I know we won't always be together. Nothing lasts forever. And that's okay. But I want to try to get the most out of my life in a healthy way, live as inspired as I can, even while you're fighting depression sometimes, fighting sadness, fighting loss. And I just want to get through each day as best I can. Now, can life totally collapse for any of us? Of course. But for today, we made it through another day. And that's all we can do. And if you got nothing else, just show up and try to get through it. Because I still feel fortunate. And I'm thankful. D, can you list your YouTuber logos that you watch when can find them on your site? The YouTubers that I watch, I believe if you go to my channel, let me see. I can go to my channel on my laptop. If you go to any YouTube channel, as long as they have it marked public, if you go to my home channel page, shout out to my subscribers. I'm up to 22,000 subscribers. I crossed that threshold today. I'm very grateful for that. If you look at my YouTube page, my home page, there should be a tab called channels. And I believe I have it. Maybe I don't have it marked public. Yeah, maybe I got to go to my settings and mark that public. But what channels do I mainly watch on a daily basis? Rusty 78609, just a guy who was at one time camping out of a Prius. CNBC television, Blind Views, The Art of Dialect, The Ramsey Show. A lot of my members who have channels, I have all there. I'm subbed to all them. Gig Nation, some DoorDash stuff. A few RVers, Ultimate Warrior. Julie Nokia, she's a Canadian comic. But I have to say, I really don't watch much of them on a daily basis. I mean, it's like, Rusty's probably the biggest one I watch daily. And then I just kind of look to see what's out there. But I will have to look at my settings to see if I can make that public. There's got to be a way. Christina, I feel the same, Twister. Well, thank you, Christina. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. All right, guys and girls, I hope I helped you tonight. Thank you. God bless you on whatever you're going through in life. I know everyone's got their own story. I know everyone's going through their own thing, and sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. There's a scripture that says no one can fully understand your joy and no one can fully understand your pain. There's a part of this level, a part of this journey that we're by ourselves. I learned that a couple times being in the hospital, even when I had people visit me. However, it is still good to have people visit you. It is still good to know that people are connecting with you, even if, they're just doing it to do it. So just do the best you can, again, at the end of the day, we got through another day. So that's a blessing. Shout out to my man, Disciplined Skater. I see he just left a comment. Heart emoji to you. And that's it, man. I try to do the best I can. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you. Peace.